That was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap, but it's nice.
My name is Yamtanda. My surname is Mbingose. I'm 18 years old from Langa High School. I live in Langa, in old flats.
My name is Justice, surname Kolmo, and I'm 19 years old, doing grade 12. I school here in Langa High, and I live here around Langa, Sandile Avenue.
My name is Lita, my surname is Makana. I'm 16 years old. I'm in grade 11 here in Langa High, and I live in Brinton Street.
I'm Fundiswa Mambani. I'm from here in Langa, and I'm 17.
My name is Songezo. My surname is Chikolo. I live here in Langa, from Langa High. I live at Moshesha Avenue.
My name is Banele Ndonjane. I'm at here in Langa High School. I live in Settlers, Phase 3.
My name is Sihlem Teto. I'm 18 years old. I live in Langa, Zone 19, and I'm doing grade 11.
The main factor which gets to affect many nations is unemployment. At which that I don't want to face that kind of a problem because there are so many teachers and lecturers with their diplomas and masters, but even today, they're still at their homes, still job shadowing, but not having what they want. So that to me poses a threat, but I have a feeling to me that I'll not give up for something that I'm passionate about it. So I will work hard and use every tool that I have to be able to reach my goal.
I hear you saying there's a lot of lectures sitting down, having not jobs. So what motivates you in becoming what you want to become?
Well, I don't say that there's lectures are just sitting down there and teachers not wanting what they want, but they haven't put much effort to what they want. It's like, I must say, they are being unfair to themselves because they acquire the degrees, they do have them, the masters, but the only thing is to work hard, look for jobs, because every day, if you read the Sunday Times, the Daily Dispatch, there are jobs there. I do that every Sunday. I read the paper, I just go to the business side, the classification side, and then I check, okay, accountant in economics, like this and that, senior manager in resource management, something like that. I say, there are so many jobs, but why people don't apply?
But
No,
do you
it's
notice
not a matter,
that?
It's not a matter of having to not apply. It's a matter of having, you know, when you go to apply for a job, you get there, and when you arrive there, you find that there's a queue. There's a long queue of people waiting to be interviewed, and when they get there, and you find that person that woke up in the morning, that went to the interview got bitten by like he or she lost that job to another person, and that kind of it kills the person.
Well, that's the threat at which you should overcome, because if you wake up and you see a long queue, you must tell yourself that I'm going to stand here, and you know that everyone's here having the same qualifications, even better qualifications, but you have something special that they don't have. Everybody's unique, having something special which you specialize in.
It is very much a challenge to other people because they very much need this job, but the problem is the experience. They don't have the experience, but they have the qualifications for the job.
Adding to what you're saying, another thing is that people say, most people say that racism died. They say that there's no such thing as racism. Racism ended a long time ago. But to what, let's say you go to this interview, and then you find that there are a lot of white people there to apply, and you're the only, or let's say there are only 5 blacks, and you find that, let's say there are 5 spots for the job, and you find that the people that are mostly employed are white people, and yet still people say that there's no such thing as racism.
I totally disagree with you, because it goes against your qualifications, because we all know that maybe some in the townships, for example, there are a lot of people that maybe don't have only have a matric certificate. But when you go apply for a job, but then what job are you going to get? Like work at a garden service. Those people that are there work their butts off to be there now. And now you're going to measure your matric certificate and the PhDs there.
I didn't say anything about your metric certificate and the diploma. I just said, what if there's a white person, if, let's say, there's a job offer at a certain point, and you find that there's a black person and there's a white person, which person do you think would be employed?
You cannot just hire maybe a white person who has a metric certificate if the person is white, just because the person is white. It's not about it's not about racism or something. It's about qualifications.
The last time I checked, I think there was a law that said you have to, let's say in a company that has been started by a white person, it's a must. You have to employ white people. Black people.
Government saw that, okay, these private owners will see that, okay, government can't intervene in them. And then they can do whatever they like. So government decided to post out a law that, in fact, a policy that whether private or public, you must have a black person around. Whether he or she is sweeping or making coffee or, okay, having higher qualifications, doing the computer work or stuff, but he must be there around earning something out of your work.
What do you have to say about racism? Do you think racism is still there?
This day, like from this new generation, there's no racism because the government is fighting, because you find it in each and every store that you get in, there's a black person. Each and every company, there's a black person. The president is black, and also the rest of the cabinet is filled with black people, few white people, and you find out there is an intervention that took place.
You are so stuck up on the fact that you see now South Africa as it is right now. What's happening is that the government is trying so hard to help black people, and it is forgetting about the white people. And so you're so stuck up on the fact that, oh, black people are helped, black people are this and that. But
well, the thing is,
I have to say that you are manipulated.
Oh, sorry. The one thing I must correct you is that if you look at the stats between the blacks and white, and then you get to compare the poorest, the poorer, the blacks are the poorer, the white people are the richest. So the government, what it's trying to do is trying to fill that gap equal, although it's impossible because of high population rates.
South Africa is a diverse country. Now, why does it have to be the blacks and the whites? You can all be equal. Why do you have to match a standard to live up to our expectation? Why?
Why do we have to live in a country where there's a scale where black people are poor and are getting poor and poor? It should be a matter of equality, because every day when you're watching TV, every day you see that there's a lot of blah blah stories, false stories saying talking about equality and all that stuff.
Let me take you back a bit. Black people were suffering until 1994, where we got freedom. And then our black government saw that, okay, now we got the freedom. And we still have got so many black people who were manipulative, not having jobs, and extremely poor. So now we saw that the white people, on the other hand, are still having the riches which they inherited back in the apartheid days.
Which they worked hard for.
Wait, no, they didn't work hard for them because they were manipulating. When manipulating person, you don't work hard. You just like
saying the money just fell out.
No, we didn't fall because they were in power of the money circulation. They could do everything because.
My question
let me
is,
tell you that
did the money fall from trees?
No money fell. I am telling you that the white people were in power in the money circulation. Because they were having the power to say that, okay.
They had money which they worked for.
No, they were not working for, because you know what? The cabinet was full of white people. That's why I'm saying that white people were in power of the circulation of money. They were posing rules saying that if you're a teacher, you could earn 5 rand, because 5 rand was a big deal in back days. But today, 5 rand is just a cent. What can you do? You could buy a half loaf, then what? Nothing. But now the thing is, the government saw that, you know what? White people were having an advantage, and they're still having it. So now he saw the need that, okay, let me try and close this gap. By closing this gap, I must try and do whatever it takes to feed a black person to have a job, to make a living, to have a good and a better life.
From my thinking, I think that there are less role models, because you would see a person doing good things, but then they have these secret things they are doing, as you have said, corruption. You would see, for example, you would take a president and say that I also want to be just like the president. He's my role model. But out of the blue, the president do such an, I don't know how to call it, but it just is, you just lose interest in being just like that person. But then they say that you should always look on the positive side, never mind the negative side that a person is doing. But then this negative side puts a very much problem, because you would say that how can he do this? I mean, I always looked up from this person. Now how can he or she do this?
I do have role models from around my community, but I don't think they ever realize that I look up to them. But they just, I really look up to them. Having a role model is not a matter of having to look at like on terms of the sex. If you're a girl and then you're gonna look at that girl, I have in my community I have role models which are males. Sometimes I just stand outside my heart and I would look at them. I would look at I'm just fascinated by the fact that where they come from and how they are right now. Yeah.
I have this one role model, the person who drew a picture of Zuma. That person actually showed his feelings about the polygamy thing in a painting. As a person who likes art and, you know, likes to draw, do things in art, so that's my role model. He actually did something like showed his feelings about the whole thing in just one portrait of Zuma.
I'm very disappointed.
And by that,
I'm so very much.
And by that, I'm actually disappointed about President Zuma suing a person for just, you know, a portrait and a feeling.
Okay, how would you feel if that was a dad?
Yeah, that's what I've been telling him.
Okay, no. How would you feel? You see the picture of your dad standing there. People from all over the world can see it. Wow. Ooh. Like, sing it. How would you feel?
You have to look at both of them, because as in the Bill of Rights says that a painter has a right to express his feelings however and in whatever way he wants.
Put yourself in
it's not about
Manele, just put yourself.
who's my father, who's my father.
Manele, just put yourself. Mamela, just put yourself
out. He
Manele,
wanted
just
to
put
say
yourself
something,
in Jacob's
and he said it, and South Africa at the whole stood up because they saw what he was trying to say. As the painting has so many, and
Manele, thanks.
you can analyze the painting in different. I don't care if it was me or not.
Yima, guys, just put yourself. Yima, Manele, just put yourself. Put yourself in Jacob Zuma's shoes. How would you feel when even though it's not Jacob Zuma's real penis matter? How would you feel if you saw that?
You're saying that even if it's not actually his private part, but it's meant to be his part. Meant to be his part. Now the fact that it is private, it means that it shouldn't be public.
Is it? Yes, I fully see.
It shouldn't be public. Now what? Wait! I haven't yet finished. Now what are you?
I was asking you a question. How would you feel if your father's private parts were outside there? How would you feel?
Hello. Wait! I haven't yet finished. Lita, how me? My dream is to succeed my career of being a Navy.
My dream is to pursue my career of being a lecturer and make a difference in the nation.
My dream is to become an architecture and a designer.
My dream is to be this successful woman that one day I would be seen as this role model and this person that is giving back.
My dream is being an economist.
My dream is to be an IT and also to have an impact in the world, a positive impact.
My dream is to become a CEO of South African Reserve Bank and to be a shareholder in all the companies.
I'm sure you will.
You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.